friends, so I am back and today is a question time. So we have learned a lot about periodic classification of elements. We learned about Manlif's periodic table, modern periodic law. We learned about the trends in periods and groups. So I feel that you are all set and ready to answer some of the questions. So let's try to attempt few interesting questions. Name two elements you would expect to show chemical reactions similar to magnesium. Now, if we expect similar chemical properties, that means we are talking about elements which are in the same group. Only then they will have similar properties, right? So, any element in the same group as magnesium is, where is magnesium? It is in group 2. So, any element in this group will do. So, here we have to name two such elements. It could be calcium, strontium, because they all lie in the same group. Name three elements that have a single electron in their outermost shells. Okay. Three elements that have single electron. So one electron in the valence shell. That means all these elements will belong to group 1. So just go to group 1 and you can pick any three elements. So it could be lithium, sodium, potassium. Name two elements that have two electrons in their outermost shell. Two electrons in outermost shell. That means these elements belong to group 2. So from group 2 you can pick any two elements. It could be beryllium, magnesium. Three elements with filled outermost shells. Filled means how many electrons you need. You need 8 electrons in the outermost shell. The only exception is helium, which has 2 electrons. So basically you can pick up any element from group 18. So it could be neon, helium, argon, krypton. So all of these have filled outermost shells. Lithium, sodium, potassium are all metals that react with water to liberate hydrogen gas. Is there any similarity in the atoms of these elements? So if you look at these elements, lithium, sodium and potassium, so all of them belong to the same group. Now since they are in the same group, therefore they have same valency, therefore they have same valence electrons, and therefore their physical and chemical properties are similar. Helium is an unreactive gas. Where is helium? Here. And neon is a gas of extremely low reactivity. What, if anything, do their atoms have in common? Again, they belong to the same group and also they have filled valence shell. That is, their outermost shells are filled. Therefore, they do not tend to react with any other element, right? And they all belong to the same group. In the modern periodic table, which are the metals among the first 10 elements? So which are the first 10 elements? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So till here, you see most of these elements are on the right hand side, which means they are not metals. So the only metals are lithium and beryllium. In fact, hydrogen is an exception, which is on the left hand side, but it is not a metal. Let's look at the next question. By considering their position on the periodic table, which one of the following elements would you expect to have maximized metallic characteristic? Gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium and bromine. So let us first identify these metals on the periodic table. So this is gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium and bromine. So these are the elements. Now looking at their position, we see that all of them belong to the same period. Now we know that in a period, as we move from left to right, what happens to the metallic characteristic? The metallic characteristic decreases as we move from left to right. Correct? So what happens in a period? Metallic character decreases from left to right. Correct? So that means out of these, maximum metallic character will be of gallium. Let's look at the next one. Element X forms a chloride with the formula XCl2, which is a solid with a high melting point. X would most likely be in the same group of the periodic table as sodium, magnesium, aluminium or silicon. Okay, so the options which are given, so how does sodium react with chlorine? It reacts with chlorine to form NaCl. What about magnesium? It reacts with chlorine to form MgCl2. Aluminium, it reacts with chlorine to form AlCl3. And what about silicon? It forms SiCl4. Right? So now we say that X forms a chloride of the formula XCl2, which is very similar to that of MgCl2. Correct? So that means there are chances that X lies in the same group as magnesium, because all the elements which lie in the same group, they have similar chemical properties. Therefore, they form similar types of oxides, hydrides, chlorides, and so on. So therefore, the correct option would be magnesium. Which element has two shells, both of which are completely filled with electrons? Well, there are many such elements. In fact, most of the elements which are in the group 18, they have all filled electrons. But here we are looking for element which has only two shells, that is K and L, which are both filled with electrons. So two such elements could be helium or neon. So for neon also it is 2, 8. Both are filled. Which element has electronic configuration 282? So if you sum this up, it is 2 plus 8 plus 2, that is 12. So the element with atomic number 12, that is magnesium. A total of 3 shells with 4 electrons in its valence shell. So total 3 shell, that means KLM, and valence electron has 4 electrons. Valence shell has 4 electrons. Now it is quite obvious that K and L has to be fully filled for the valence shell to have 4 electrons. So if you sum them up, the atomic number is 14. So 14 atomic number is for silicon. So this will be silicon. A total of 2 shells with 3 electrons in its valence shell. So a total of 2 shells, 3 electrons in valence shell. The first shell is K shell, so maximum it can hold 2 electrons. So total how many electrons we have here? 5. So 5 atomic number is for boron. So this is boron. Twice as many electrons in its second shell as in its first shell. So first shell is K shell, so maximum it can have 2 electrons. So in the second shell it has twice the number of the first shell, that means here it has 4. So total how many electrons? 6. So 6 atomic number, that is carbon. So this is carbon. So you see, these are pretty simple questions, just that you need to think and you need to understand the question properly. You may get these kind of questions as 1 mark question. The position of 3 elements A, B and C in the periodic table are shown below. State whether A is a metal or a non-metal. So looking at its position, we see that A belongs to group 17, which is on the right side of the periodic table. So therefore A is a non-metal. State whether C is more reactive or less reactive than A. So we see here that both A and C, they belong to the same group. And we know that in a group, reactivity decreases down the group for non-metals. Reactivity decreases down the group for non-metals. So here we are dealing with non-metals, right? Because both A and C, they belong to group 17. So they are non-metals. So therefore we can say that C is less reactive than A. Will C be larger or smaller in size than B? So now if you compare B and C, they belong to the same period, and along a period, as we move from left to right, the atomic size decreases. So therefore C will be smaller in size than B. Which type of ion, cation or anion, will be formed by element A? So element A is a non-metal, and therefore it will always have a tendency to gain electron, and after gaining electron it will become a negatively charged ion, right? So negatively charged ion is an anion. Anion, that is A negatively charged ion. So that's how you can remember. An ion is always a negatively charged ion. So compare and contrast the arrangement of elements in Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. Now this is an interesting one because so far we have discussed about Mendeleev's periodic table separately, their limitations, and then we have discussed about the modern periodic table. But here you can see a quick comparison between the two. So Mendeleev periodic table had 7 groups, 6 periods, modern 18 groups, 7 periods. Mendeleev periodic table was based on atomic mass, modern is based on atomic number. Now, in Mendeleev periodic table, elements with similar properties are placed in a group. In case of modern periodic table, again, elements with same valence electrons are placed in a group. So, you see, we also have some similarities that in both these periodic tables, similar property elements were in the same group. Mendeleev periodic table position of hydrogen could not be explained, but it was very well explained in a modern periodic table. Isotopes created confusion in Mendeleev's table, but the isotopes were handled properly in modern periodic table. An atom has electronic configuration 287. What is the atomic number of this element? To which of the following elements would it be chemically similar? Atomic numbers are given in the parenthesis. Nitrogen 7, fluorine 9, phosphorus 15 and argon 18.
I'm sure that you would have answered the question and I'm waiting for your response in the comment section. So see you all very soon with a new video on a new topic. Till then, bye-bye.